this ship has a lot of bars. So let's start on the atrium level. There was one called John Adams, which is a bar / Starbucks, which is interesting concept, but it was neat. I liked it a lot. It was their atrium where their guest services and their shore excursions, and they had a ton of chairs, sofas, tables. You could just hang out. You could go get a Starbucks, or they actually had people come around and take drink orders if you were sitting in the bar area. I liked that setup. I thought it was neat. They had everything sort of in one area. And then the next floor up, there was Pink's Champaign Bar.
Right, so that takes up like almost the entire area above the atrium.
It does take up the entire area above the atrium. Well, include their seating.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bar's on one end, but then all the seating all the way around that second level of the atrium that looks over the atrium was all Pink's Champagne Bar, which isn't a champagne bar. I mean, they have champagne, but it's known for its martinis, apparently.
Yes. Pink's had live music every night.
Right, they had a stage right there. It wasn't really a raised stage, it was just kind of a
open
area where they had
piano.
Various different live music.
So it wasn't really like a super party bar, but the music was so loud.
Yes. So in the Napa Wine Bar, which was right up through the hallway on the side, you could hear the music off in the distance in Pink's, but you were inside of Napa, and it was much more peaceful.
So then there's also, on that floor, there's Mardi Gras, where they have a bar inside, but it's only open during events, I believe.
That's like the club.
Yeah, but it was open during the game show that we went to and stuff like that.
Yeah, so during the day in Mardi Gras, it has a big bar, has lots of seating, big couches.
That bar's open during the day. I mean,
no,
it's really
I think it's
only
just
if there's
at
something
night.
going on in there.
They do events, they do trivias and game shows and things in there, but then late at night it becomes the dance club. We popped in there one time and looked in there.
It's a party.
People dancing, yeah.
And then, so on the pool deck, which is 11.
So on 11, the pool deck.
Yeah, you have the bar right at the pool.
Ocean
Drive.
Ocean Drive. I think you're right. I think it is Ocean Drive.
And then Key West is above that.
Is on the next floor.
Yes.
Yeah, the deck that looks over the pool. And it's on the opposite side, the Key West Bar and Grill.
So Key West is on 12. Ocean Drive is on 11. And then also on 11 is the Aloha Lanai.
That's the back. Yeah, that's the open area on the back. Behind the buffet, and that's where that other little coffee bar, but it's also a bar, is back there.
Which was open weird hours.
Yeah. On 11 is also the Saloon.
Oh, we never went in there. Gold Rush.
Yeah. I went through it one time.
Yeah, we didn't go in there.
Yeah, it's over on the other side. So the buffet main entrance is on the port side? No, on the starboard side, on the back and the aft. And you go in on that side, and over on the other side is the Gold Rush Saloon,
which we did not go to.
Yeah, it's like a country bar, I guess.
But they do karaoke in there, I think.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of karaoke events at night.
So the last bar is
then
the Waikiki Bar, which is on deck 12?
I think it might be another deck up.
13?
Yeah, 12 is where...
So it's in the adult area. Right. And the thing about this bar is that it's a smoking bar, which is so crazy. Like, you don't ever see that anymore. But... So,
I went up there, like, near the end of the cruise, and it's actually just that one side.
Is the smoking area?
Yeah, it's the smoking section.
Oh, wow.
Over on the other side, where, like, people had their kids over there, all the tables have placards on them that say no smoking, no smoking.
What's the point?
Right.
So that's all the bars.
Yeah, so that's all the bars. What'd you think of the bars?
I thought they were great. I thought that really there was no wait. We had the Hawaii beverage package, which included all drinks up to $15, including soda, boxed waters, beer, wine, cocktails, everything. So it also came with fresh squeezed juice in the buffet every morning, which we didn't take advantage of.
On the Pride of America, that beverage package is definitely worth it. If you drink any kind of alcohol, if you like any kind of fresh squeezed juice.
And it included like
water,
wine with your dinner.
Right.
Anywhere you got a drink, it was waived because you had this package.
Right. Wine, beer, mixed drinks, everything. The only thing it didn't include was Starbucks.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, so you don't have to buy the beverage package in order to get good stuff to drink. They have ice and water, and the water from the machine was better than the boxed water.
So what did you think of the Pride of America overall? What did you think of the appearance? What did you think of the decor? What did you think of how the age of the ship looked?
Gorgeous. I
was impressed.
Yeah, and I thought, from the videos I'd seen and stuff, I thought it was going to be gaudy. I thought it was going to be too over-the-top Americana. And I think they pulled it off well. It looks good in that kind of...
I think it looked classy.
Yeah, that classy, historic Victorian with... it does have some over-the-top, like the big seal of the United States. You know, some of the other decor around, but it wasn't too bad. Like Pink's was decorated to be in the style of the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, and it's dedicated to the king and queen, and it has like their portraits up there, so it's not all America, rah stuff. It's not American flags everywhere.
I liked the vibe in Pink's. I liked the decor. I liked the chairs and sofas and
yeah,
so it was nice.
Yeah, the decor everywhere I went was nice. Napa Wine Bar looked nice. It was like the perfect amount of comfortable, loungy, but classy, and they had like that kind of deep stained wood and
they had like some rock wall type accents.
So it looked
very wine bar. Right. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
we did a wine tasting in there, and it's a nice, not too big, not too small place. Everything, in my opinion, on this ship looked very well kept.
Yes, I think the refurbishment in 2022 really did a good job. Everything was very clean, very freshly painted, and in good shape. There weren't tears on the carpet. The hallway
going down to the staterooms looked immaculate.
Yeah.
But I did see them vacuuming and cleaning the carpet every single day. The only place I saw age on this ship was the adult pool area. They had these like double wide like daybed type things in the adult pool area that were literally falling apart.
Yes. Yeah, that was the one area that looked like it needs work.
Yeah, everything else looked fantastic.
Yeah, all the seating and all the chairs, the loungers were all in good shape.
All of the interior looked fantastic. The Hollywood Theater looked great. The only thing in our room that looked a little dated was maybe the bathroom. I think they refurbed the rooms, like they replaced the carpet and stuff, but they didn't redo the bathrooms. All right, so entertainment on the ship.
A lot of people, because of the itinerary of this ship, have said that it's like you don't get as much entertainment on the cruise because it's not so much a cruise as much as it is just going to Hawaii.
Yeah, everyone calls it a quote-unquote floating hotel, which I think when people call it that, I think they're actually putting it down, because I feel like the entertainment staff and Norwegian's crew, they put a lot of work into entertaining everyone on board, and so I feel like when you say that, you're kind of knocking them. The only thing that the Pride of America was missing compared to the Disney cruise was the big shows, but this was a different cruise, and I don't know that I was interested in going and sitting down and seeing a show of that caliber. I don't know. We got to see, they had a Polynesian show the second night, which was great. It was like a luau, and if you didn't get the chance to go to a luau, you got to see something equivalent on the ship.
Right. So,
which was really neat.
Yeah, because of the itinerary of the ship, instead of a big Broadway style musical, they had the Polynesian cultural show, which ran the gamut, went through all the different cultures, and they did all the different dances and singing and songs and everything. So yeah, it was certainly
it was entertaining.
Yeah, a big show.
Right.
It just wasn't a Broadway musical.
And then they had the magician twice, and they had the comedian twice. And I think that was more than satisfactory for that cruise.
They had karaoke, they had trivia, they had comedy shows, they had game shows, they had all that stuff going on. They had crafts. We did 2 of the, and we didn't even get to go to the first one because we were off the ship.
Right.
So, but we did 2 of the lei making classes.
Yeah, and then like you and Kira went to a bunch of the trivias. And
we did the trivias. They had origami stuff going on that we didn't even see. We weren't around for. So there was plenty of staff provided entertainment.
If you couldn't entertain yourself, which there was plenty to do.
Right.
They had a card room. They had a library.
Yeah.
They had an art auction. Yeah, and I loved the fact that they had the Hawaiian ambassador, Moana, on the ship.
Yes,
she was part of the entertainment staff, but she also gave a lot of Hawaii information. She led the port talks, talking about going to the different ports. And
right, they did that too.
She taught the lei making classes. She did all of the narration for the tour past the Nepali coast. She was excellent.
Yeah. So let's talk about the service on board the ship.
I have a lot to say.
Yeah, it's very different. The first thing that I want to point out that was very different is your connection with the service staff isn't the same.
Not having rotational dining where your server goes with you, you lose something. Right,
you don't get that connection, which I think goes back to that where like one of the things that makes the food at the main dining rooms not quite that higher tier is you don't connect with your server staff. It's just like being at any restaurant. You don't really know who the people are. You don't see them all the time. And it's hit or
miss. Whether you're going to get somebody that's great, fantastic, or you're going to get somebody that's terrible.
So for instance, in the Cadillac Diner, we didn't always have the same waiter, Isa, but he was there the first time we went and engaged with us and was really cool and friendly and had a lot of personality and everything. And then the 2 other times we went, he was there, and
one time he was our waiter.
Yeah, both times when Jack and I went, he was our waiter too. And that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
It was so much more personable.
Right. It's like going to the Napa Wine Bar. We had Angie, and we looked forward to seeing her when we would go in there because she was personable and she got to know us, and
right,
we were able to share some of our stories with each other.
Yeah, and so we did not get that in the main dining rooms. We went to Liberty twice, but got different staff.
Yes.
And so made no connection.
Right.
And so it dropped the experience down a tier. Waiters and the bartenders and things like that, you didn't really get as much a connection with.
Well, I think you could if you went to the same bar every single time and you hung out at the bar. But we didn't do that.
Napa Wine Bar.
Yes. So we did make a connection with our waitress, but we didn't make a connection with the bartender because we weren't sitting up at the bar chatting with him.
Right.
We were sitting at a table and chairs. If we had had a fantastic experience on night 1 in Skyline, you are allowed to request that server. So you can go back and you can sit in their section every night if you want to. But we had such a terrible experience that we were like, no, can you please put us anywhere but there?
The service in general compared to any other cruise I've been on, I was going to say it was like 50-50, but I don't think it was that bad. We had a couple of instances where it was exceptionally bad.
Yeah, that was not a good introduction to their main dining room.
Yeah, our server was terrible.
And the food was bad.
That was when you got the bad steak and he got the bad ribs. They were super tough.
Our waitress really didn't care.
Yeah, well, not only did she not care, but she was like indignant. And she also so I ordered a glass of wine and she couldn't pronounce the type of wine that I got. And she got like mad about it. And she was like, whatever it's called or whatever. How
dare you?
Yeah. And she just was not good. She had a very bad personality.
She really shouldn't have been.
It wasn't that she wasn't friendly, she was unfriendly. And you were like, wow.
No, and then the next day for lunch, we went to Cadillac and our waitress was not good.
She just was not good. She wasn't...
No, she wasn't rude.
Right.
She just wasn't good.
Yeah, she just wasn't very good. But Isa was there and he was awesome.
Right.
And some people attribute it to that the staff is 75% American.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm curious to go on Royal Caribbean because I'm interested to see if it's just a difference of Disney and other cruise lines or if it really is.
Yeah, or if it's a training thing. I think Disney trains their people to be, forward facing with customers and always be cheery and...
Well, that's why I'm curious to see what the service is like on Royal Caribbean. Because that is not an American-based cruise, so...
No, so it will be a mostly foreign crew. So it'll be interesting to see if it's a training thing or if it really is a nationality thing.
Yeah, it just made me really feel like, man, Disney really does this better.
As far as the hospitality side of it?
Yeah. Well, the food quality and the hospitality.
Well, I was pretty aghast on that first night with our terrible service and food.
I've had better service at Chili's.
Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Thanks to our current subscribers, and thanks to you for watching.